2, 3.
É pau, é pedra, é o fim do caminho, é o resto do corpo, é um pouco sozinho, é um caco de vidro, é a vida e o sol, é a noite, é a morte, é um anzol, é peroba do caramba,
É o pau da madeira, é uma ditadeira,
é madeira de vento.
Hi guys, welcome back to Ana Dialogue. So, what you just heard was a Type 4 cassette, a metal cassette, made by Maxell. Fantastic, very high quality, incredible oxide, recorded on a Nakamichi Dragon with Dolby B. I bet that's good. But the deck is not only the point, the cassette is not sufficient. You also need a good source. And that song that you just heard was coming from one of my favorite Latin jazz albums, which I recently showed you in another video dedicated to DVD audio. Here's a link. So now you heard it. I hope so. I hope you did from the microphone. But YouTube is going to compress anything, so it's going to be kind of hard to understand the quality of that cassette on the recording passed through the cassette. So what's the point of this video? The point is that we can make the best out of our digital sources. But let's get more in depth, more closer to this. Let's take a look. Okay guys, I just want to say that who has been following me for at least a year and a half already knows that I did something similar, a similar video, but it was erased from YouTube, unfortunately, my fault. So now I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to do it in a better way, enhanced version. Let's get to it. Okay, so what am I trying to say is that if we have good quality cassettes, we can also use something normal, like a Type 1, but I do not suggest that. I do not recommend that. We have to start using high quality Type 2, like this is a Type 2 Chrome cassette by Sony, UXS, or the Type 4 metal cassettes, or as we did for our Ana Dialogue Volume 1 mix. Here's the link if you don't know what this is, which I recorded, as you know, on this metal cassette by Sony. Sony is not the best brand for metal cassettes, but it's decent. So, what can we do with cassettes and good quality audio, digital audio? So I'm sure a lot of you already know what I'm about to say. As you know also, in the past, a typical feature was that of recording your vinyl records or your CDs on the cassettes. Because, again, I want to highlight this. Pre-recorded cassettes, the one already bought from the shops with all the famous bands, are not good, you guys. Who does not know cassettes lives in this ignorance, unfortunately. Pre-recorded cassettes are pure crap. Only high-quality cassettes like this, even a Type 1, it just has to be a good quality cassette. Recorded, you're by yourself on a good quality deck. Please pay attention to that. You want a good quality tape deck. Then the results are going to be, from this, they're going to jump to this. If we give them an excellent source, we're going to do amazing things. In fact, the best thing you can do is give a sense to our digital music, our digital streaming, is that of recording high resolution music. Not only that from super audio CDs or DVD audios, which also come with DRM, most of them, you can't even send the digital signal out of your CD player, if not through HDMI with strange DACs and converters. Too difficult, and we're not gonna work perfectly. Instead, if we use our analog signal, which the labels do not care anymore, but we do, we can use, obviously starting from digital, we have a conversion to an analog signal. That analog signal is very precious because it comes from a high resolution source. I know it is digital music, but once it's converted with a good DAC, That's also a fundamental point in this process I am illustrating you. Then we can send that signal to our cassettes and have excellent quality cassettes. What kinds of signals? Very simple. As I said, not only our super audio CDs, not only our DVD audios, but also the fantastic streaming services that we have today. So, Tidal. Yes, you can create an MQA cassette. Absolutely. Yes. Remember this? One of you guys, subscribers, suggested this NES Aklam. Fantastic. It's an 88.2 kilohertz sampling resolution by, I think, 24 bits. I downloaded it, I put it on the cassette, and it sounds amazing. So you don't always have to be completely analog. We can take the goodness from digital and transpose it to our cassettes, which give that final analog touch that we're looking for. Cassettes are then paramount, are back in the game, absolutely. The quality, if you get a good tape deck and a good digital to analog converter, a DAC, then at that point, it's better. It's like vinyl, a good quality vinyl, turntable, phono preamp, amplifier, blah blah blah. It's even better. Cassettes maybe get even a higher quality in that obviously in this percentage, in this correspondence. Plus, if you have the time, if you have the machines, you can also put reel-to-reel tape onto cassettes at high speeds and get fantastic results. But that's analog to analog. We already know that. I want to focus on digital. So thanks to Tidal, we can have in streaming. So you just need your subscription with Tidal and shoot all the masters. It's called masters. You have to have a specific subscription to Tidal, which unlocks the masters, which are mostly MQA encoded, and MQA is a good thing in the end. We will do another video more specifically, even though a lot of people already done a lot of videos, so you already know what MQA is. In any case, it's a lossy format, but it does deliver high quality, especially when the origami, when the file is completely unfolded and most of the information is delivered. But in order to have the full unfolding of MQA, you need a specific digital to analog converter, a specific DAC. In any case, even if you don't have a specific DAC, the masters, the MQA files, even if you downloaded them, because you don't have to do it streaming, not necessarily, are very high quality. Trust me, I've been doing this without a specific converter. I also tried other converters like the Meridian Explorer 2. There are also other solutions that can be cheaper. For example, the one presented recently by Project, who also won the ASA award as Best DAC. Here's an image. So if you adopt these solutions, you can also unfold MQA, but trust me, it's not that necessary. I mean, or you go at a high-end DAC and then you will have great benefits. Otherwise, better get a good, very good, but normal DAC, which will do the job just as good. So that's one, plus high resolution files. You can download them, you know how. But apart from that, you can also download them or stream them from your Qobuz subscription. That's one of the main resources for high resolution audio. But there are lots of other services or places where to download high resolution files. And at that point, you convert them with a good DAC, you send them to your high quality deck, and then at that point, you're gonna have fantastic quality cassettes. Again, cassettes are back in the game with that. Trust me, guys. So let's take a look at these streaming services, how they work, what kind of files are present.
Okay, so as you can see here, we're set for our Mac or a computer. And if you want to experience MQA, as I said, you're going to need something that can unfold the origami. As you can see, for example, this portable DAC, Meridian Explorer 2, high resolution audio and MQA, which is directly connected to a USB port and then to a pair of headphones. Obviously, a high quality DAC is going to beat this, no problem.
Okay, guys, so one thing I forgot to mention that it's important is that in order to play these high resolution formats, it's better if you have a dedicated software, not just a simple player like, I don't know, VCL or something like that. No, it's better if you have something dedicated. On Windows, there's lots of excellent free software that is capable of doing this. On the Mac is a little more difficult. Plus, if you have something specific, very high quality, which also integrated MQA, like for example on the Mac we have this fantastic audiophile in an English way. With this kind of software, you disclose the full potential of your computer, absolutely. So this is also another key point, I would say, in the chain that we do need in order to obtain the maximum quality from our digital files and then convert them to analog for our cassettes. So I just wanted to briefly show you, these are the two main services. As I said, Qobuz, as we can see here, we're already connected. So for example, we go here on Discover. I just selected here blues, country, and folk, but you can put anything you want. And as you can see, we have this yellow H next to a few albums, which means that it's high resolution. For example, here we have the last album, Tidal Recounters. Here on the right side, you can see, strange, you can see that a few files have a lower resolution than others. So you can see this from here. Or the new album from the Black Keys, not a very high sampling rate. So you just need 48 now in order to declare something high resolution audio, but for me, high resolution audio is starting at least at 88. In any case, apart from that, there's dozens of types of genres, and as you can see, even new releases, or old releases that have been converted in high resolution. Let's see, for example, this one from Daft Punk, 88, not bad. So Qobuz is a little more traditional because it's just high resolution audio. Instead, with Tidal, as I said, here we go. I selected Masters. You need a dedicated subscription in order to have that. As you can see, next to each album here, we have the little M, or it's the sound wave of the MQA logo. So for example, if I go here, I have my Meridian now Explorer 2 connected. So if I click play, you're not going to hear anything because I didn't connect the audio. I just wanted to show you. You're going to see that the MQA logo here is going to turn on, first of all, and it's not going to be green, it's going to be blue. Because if it's blue, it means it's the studio version, which also means the last folding stage, the best of the best. It doesn't matter if the resolution is not that high. For example, as we saw already in Qobuz, it was 48. And again, even in this case, it's 48. So it's the same file, but in this case, it's MQA. Not only MQA, as we said, is a compression format, lossy, but it's also a certification of quality. In fact, Qobuz did something similar. Again, I'm sorry if I'm butchering these darn names, but you know I'm Italian, so I do mispronounce a few of these. In any case, with Qobuz, when you start your subscription, it does say in a certain place, in a certain point, that they do only accept high quality albums files directly from the producers, from the labels. I know that's just their declaration, but I do believe them. I think that they are doing as much as they can in order to have genuine files, not just high quality rips from a CD, conversions like that, like a lot of people did in the past. No, even Qobuz is doing something similar to MQA, is trying to certify his high resolution albums. And when you hear them, I must say that they're pretty close. In some cases, don't ask me why, I don't know why, even though it's lossy, I do feel that MQA Masters, not always, but in most cases, has a little extra oomph, a little extra quality. The bass is a little more deep, and I don't know, I just tend to prefer it a little bit. And if you think about it, Tidal is a little more cheap than, in terms of euro, Qobuz is 25 if you want to have high res. Tidal, if you want to have access to the masters, is 19 if you're not a student, etc. Just normal standard. So, already. That's another point for Tidal, but they're both excellent. Plus, Qobuz has much more classical and jazz music, while Tidal is a little more pop rock. So you also have to decide something in that case. For DSD, unfortunately, we have to go in other solutions. You have to download mainly the files because they're huge, as you can imagine. So you have to go on specific files like native DSD. Okay, so for example here, this is one of the most famous sites where we have native DSD, where you have true DSD albums, also true DSD recordings, which are very few, guys. Remember, you want DSD as less converted as possible, because DSD, we're gonna do a video on this, it is in many cases converted to PCM in order to edit it. So we don't want that. Then it might as well go with PCM, but we'll get back to this. This was just to show you that for DSD you usually have to download stuff. I'm sure there are streaming services I'm not aware of for DSD, although the files are huge, so maybe there aren't. You tell me, guys, maybe you're more expert on that. Okay guys, so I hope you like this suggestion. I'm sure a lot of you have already been doing this. Please let me know in the comments. Please let me know on any other resources in streaming or in download that you think are worth mentioning here. I may add it in the video description in order so all the community can enjoy it, in order to obtain high quality cassettes. Again, please remember the 3 fundamentals: high quality tapes, high quality tape deck, high quality DACs in order to convert the digital signal. Obviously, the main starting point, we could add the 4th point, is the source. We need high quality, high resolution audio, or MQA, or something similar like that. Which means, starting from 48, I would say at least 88.2 kilohertz sampling rate and 24 bits upwards, all the way up to 192 sampling rate and 24 bits or 32 bits, or even more. It's very rare. Or if you want, also another fantastic option is to put DSD. Yes, guys, you can also stream DSD, obviously, to your cassettes, and you'll have DSD cassettes, MQA cassettes, high resolution cassettes, and you won't regret it. I mean, 100% they're gonna sound as good as the source, or even better, with that analog warmth that we all love. Okay guys, that's it. So remember, apart from anything, that music is born